Welcome to the buymeacoffee.com/James Poartistry, the coffee tips page that supports my James Poartistry creative productions and work. See also jamespoartistry.online.
Dear Perceptive Reader or Perceptive One, this is James Lynch, and this is a James Poartistry consultant moment. I'm going to share with you a bit of experience. Now, of course, I may put my own opinion with some of this stuff, but make no mistake about it when I say it is rooted in fact. This is true. And what I'm going to share with you about it being so true that when you hear this, you're going to see why, again, they don't want you talking to some persons that really can relate how this problem started for this reason or that reason. And you know what? They can go back all the way to your childhood, all you want. All they want to make it seem like it's justified why they're doing what they're doing. But I'm still here to tell you, according to the spiritual principles that I know, that I've learned, and it really is intricately in my faith. And when I say faith, not only the faith of my own heart and conscience, but no, these are basically teachings that are right and correct. See, and you have to remember that are right and correct. And when you stand on them, nobody should really be arguing with you. They shouldn't call you disobedient. They shouldn't call you hard to get along with, because the point is, from my view, it's like, no, you are trying to twist people's minds and their spiritual conception. And what I mean by spiritual conception, there are some people that they're trying to train your mind, to move your mind, not to respect authority. And I'm going to tell you a way that they do it. And so they try to train your mind to not respect authority. And these are the ways that they do it. This is a fact. There was a man, and this has happened more than once. You know how nosy people are, and that's why I say it's a shame that nosy people get the access that they do at times. But some of these persons, all because of their different motives, which I don't even have to explain anymore, they will notice the wisdom of persons at times, even younger persons, that they just didn't like the wisdom that was coming from that person. And because of the way that they were viewing matters, they actually sometimes thought that even this person was acting on their own, and they were actually taking instruction from persons who were directly telling them to do what they were supposed to do. So what does that mean? That means that they were actually being obedient, you see? And you know, there's a joke. Have you ever heard the joke? Boy, I'm the most humblest person that you ever meet. Ha ha ha. You ever heard that? Well, you do have some persons that I say again, when they get clear-cut instructions, they are the most obedient to those instructions that you'll ever run into. And the point is, they're so obedient that they'll just still do what you see, whatever the instructions were, and then they go about their business. Now, if there's some type of misunderstanding in the process or what have you, well, guess what? That was still part of their follow up or follow through, that then, that person will still look, okay, where does this go in this area or help in this area? All right. And see, and that's why this is a Poartistry consultant moment, is I want to continue to emphasize you. This is why you really do need to follow through, because you have had people that have caught backlash unnecessarily for situations at times. And again, they were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. And that's what I want to relate to you. But see, let me tell you how much worse this gets at times. It can get so bad that here it is, a person know they were being obedient to the instructions that they were told. And now because of the other people who, like I told you, want to know things that's none of their business, or and just happen to, like I said, have more authority or clout that they're showing they're already misusing and abusing, they'll label that person as actually the opposite of who they are, of what they're doing. And see, and that's why, I continue to emphasize as someone who wants to be spiritually mature. No, no matter what you do, you protect your mind. You protect your mind. Any reasonable person is going to communicate with you the way that you told them to communicate with you. Never should it just be solely towards all of a sudden through hacking means and destroying a property. You see, people have used that as a form of communication. And it's almost like, wait a minute. You broke this just to say, this is what this means by, this is now the contract. See, now some of you know what that breaking of this or that means now, but how about a person who were taught business proposals and things of this nature, even according towards making sure congregations, buildings are erected and got the proper materials and got the proper contracts. You see, that's not going to mean anything to somebody whose mind is in that type of mindset. If anything, it'll make that person still view you for a while of what is wrong with you. You see, but yet during that process, depending on who is looked at as the outsider, see, even though this person is actually carrying out matters in a reasonable, clear manner that we're supposed to, they're looked at as if they're being not only disobedient, but even dumb because they don't function in that nonsensical or even dumb way. See, they call that, that person just not up on the social cues and this and that. But no, not everybody is for that type of stuff. And to sit up there and continue to keep them ostracized because they're slow as far as the way that they're being viewed and other names that they call them, what is that saying for the individuals who actually try to push in that way? And so in closing, let me tell you about when I say it is an attack on a person's faith as well, not only what's going on internally, spiritually with them, but I told you there are actually edicts, if you will, good, and they call them healthful teachings as well, that, that'll keep you strong spiritually, that I'm here to tell you today. There are some who have received instructions on just that level, that after they graduated from whatever it is that they graduated from, some of the last teachings that they knew was, no matter what, you run into this situation, you never yield to it. And now, with the influence of so many persons, and I'm saying AI and everything else that they're using, they got some persons that maybe some of them forgot the teachings. Well, one thing for certain, they're making it seem like if they don't ignore some of those certain teachings, then something is wrong with them. You hear what I'm saying, Perceptive One? Well, no, not here. So the point is, you got reasonable people and you got unreasonable people calling reasonable people unreasonable because of their mess that they do. So I wanted to share that with you. Keep standing in the fine fight. You see what I'm saying? And the fine fight is often mentioned to spiritual people, but I'm here to tell you today, the same way Jesus reached out and comforted and said kind words to persons who weren't even walking around with the tassels and everything else showing that they was teachers. You see what I'm saying? He was just encouraging them to what? Keep doing good. Keep pursuing good. That's the spirit of what I'm sharing with you today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.